Who knows how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with. That's me.
I am not an African American.
You're an Oreo cookie. White in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro. I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I would slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Welcome to the second hour of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. We're here 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 to noon Eastern Standard Time. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. I have a friend, Francisco, and all week he's been telling me, well, over the weekend, he was telling me about this story, and it sounded so off the wall that I hardly paid attention to it. I just thought he was making it up. And he kept trying to get my attention. He's like, listen, man, this is true. I'm like, what is it? According to Stars and Stripes, the Army is ordering its combat veterans to wear fake breasts and empathetic bellies so they can better understand how pregnant soldiers feel during physical training. That story is so pathetic, it made my heart sad. But I can believe it now because of who we have in the White House and what they're doing to men and what they're doing to weaken this country. Can you imagine the men in the Army wearing bellies that look like they're pregnant and breasts to try to make the women feel good while going through physical training? I can believe it now. It's just dawned on me who we have in the White House and the fact that he overturned Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military. Now the gays are running wild. This guy, Obama, is a dangerous man, and whatever he can do to weaken America and weaken America and weaken America, he's doing it. The military is weak, under attack from within. Isn't that amazing? The military is under attack from within. The point is, what are you going to do about it, America? Are we just going to talk or are we going to take action? When he was telling me about this, I'm like, where did you get that from? I had not heard of that before. And then he told me the source, and I still thought maybe he was making it up, but it's true. We have the soundbite on this ready for you. Ready? Go ahead.
Because fitness programs now for pregnant women, pregnant soldiers, are mandatory because the Army says it cuts down on illness and injuries and gets them back to the units faster. So if pregnant soldiers have to exercise, their training instructors should know what it feels like for them to exercise. So there you have it. It's mandatory now that fitness instructors, these hardened combat veterans all over the world, strap on these empathy bellies, the fake breasts and all, and they have to go through the whole exercise routine, right? They put on this pregnancy simulator, right? That's what it is. And then they do things like aerobics. They get in the pool and they swim with these things on. And they have to have it on for an hour a day for 3 days in a row. The bottom line here is the military guys hate it, but they're ordered to do it. One soldier said, I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. And he acknowledged that it's pretty uncomfortable.
I don't know what to say. The men don't want to do it, but they got to do it because they have to follow orders in the military. Can you imagine walking past, your military men, and you know how you can see them out there training, and they have that stuff around them, looking like they're pregnant. I mean, and then these men are being molested. They are being molested by the head of the greatest country in the world. They're being demoralized. Their spirit is being killed or taken away from them, abused, whatever you want to call it. This president is doing it to our military men, and he's getting the support of the women by pretending that he is supporting them. The guys don't want to do it, but they have to do it. We're not, if this continues, we're not going to be the greatest nation in the world, most powerful nation in the world. You got to believe our enemies are watching this, laughing at us, but preparing. Our enemies are not just sitting back and watching this man turn this country into a weakling and think, oh, we don't have to worry about them anymore. They're preparing. I hate to think of things to come. You know, we have I think Newt Gingrich said it best recently when he said that Obama is the most dangerous president of modern American history. Andre, I want the folks to hear that soundbite. Let's have it.
All of you should be very deeply concerned about national security. Barack Obama is the most dangerous president in modern American history.
Yeah.
Someone was arrested over the weekend for trying to blow up the U.S. Capitol. They happen to be from Morocco. Under the Obama administration's willful dishonesty, it would be highly inappropriate to describe what motivated them, because that would be somehow politically incorrect. Now, imagine in 1946, we had tried to describe the Soviet Union, and the government had said you're not allowed to use the word communist. Now, I mean, any honest person knows what motivated somebody who came here. This is not smearing everybody. This is not Islamophobia. If we can't have an honest conversation about radical Islamists, and we can't figure out there is a very specific group of people across the planet. These are not Norwegian Rotarians.
Newt said it best. And he lays out, I saw him this morning on Fox and Friends, I believe, or maybe last night on Sean's show. He laid out everything that Obama has done so far to weaken this country, to help you to see how we have the most dangerous president in American history running this country. And secondly, why do we have pregnant women in the military anyway? Why are they out there in training if they're pregnant? Why not tell those women to stay home? But no, you rather degrade the men, weaken the men, kill their spirit. Obama may hate men, too, because I never see him really supporting men. And you'd have to, Obama was raised by a narcissistic mother. She used to make him get up at, 4 or 5 in the morning and do his homework, make sure he does everything. I think Obama may hate men as well. This is a sad, sad commentary. Folks, we're losing it. 888-775-3773. We'll take your calls when I come back. You know, I was just thinking that, and talking to my bright, brilliant audio engineer here, Andre, and he and Patrick and I was talking about if Obama can get the military men to wear pregnant bellies and fake breasts, and you heard some of the guys say, I just don't want to do it, but they end up doing it anyway. If he can get them to do that, can he get them to turn on us, the civilians, if he wanted to? You know, it's a good question, because the military should be outraged about this. They should not be silent on this. I guess there must be like a code or something that says you can't speak out against the president. This is like, and I don't claim to know a lot about what Hitler did and the way he was able to convince the people to lay down their weapons, get rid of their guns, and be quiet and shut up. This reminds me of that. It's just, this man, Obama, goes from one thing to another one, and the more you allow him to get away with, the more he's doing. It's like it's just happening, and the people are silent about it. The military is doing nothing about it. The media is saying nothing about it or doing anything. They're not exposing this guy. And he's just getting away with more and more and more. And the more that he does, the quieter the people become. This man has the power in his hands to really destroy us, and he's doing it right in front of our eyes, and there's no major protest against it. Military discipline and effectiveness is built on the foundation of obedience to orders. Recruits are taught to obey immediately and without questions. Orders from their superiors right from day one. A boot camp. Military members who fail to obey the lawful orders of their superior risk serious consequences. That is Article 90 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Makes it a crime for a military member to willfully disobey a superior commissioned officer. Article 91 makes it a crime to willfully disobey a superior non-commissioner or warrant officer. Uniform Code of Military Justice. I understand that. But if somebody's going to tell me in the military to put on a fake pregnant belly and fake breast just to satisfy some pregnant women in the military while going through physical training, that's not in the code. That's not in the code. So smart people around me. I'm looking at something my PR guy just sent me. He said, Irma said, they are going to drive the straight officers out. Only the gay officers are okay with doing this crap. Yeah, I bet you there's, right, that's a very good point. Not one gay man in the military is against this, I guarantee you. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, look at him. But they are violating the spiritual consciousness nature of the straight men. We have a man in the White House, folks, need I remind you, who sat under Jeremiah Wright Jr., one of the worst, for 20 years. Think about that. 20 years. A man who hate Christians and hate the Jews. And Obama sat under him. This is after hanging out with Beer Ayers, and then his mother was a nutcase. America, you're just sitting back. And he's taking more and more and more away from us. And I asked the question before the break, if Obama can get the military men to wear these things, which has nothing to do with war, has nothing to do with protecting the country, and it's an embarrassment to their nature, can the military order them to turn on us, the civilians? It's a good question. And don't put it beyond this Obama to try something like this. The military is in bad shape. And knowing this, I can guarantee you that it's worse than what we know about. And they're keeping it quiet. Because if they were not keeping it quiet, this would be all over everywhere. You wouldn't just hear it here. It would be everywhere. They would be talking about what the president of this country is doing to the country, to the military, weakening the military. This guy is an evil man. He's not a Christian. He doesn't have a good heart, and he doesn't mean well for America. He doesn't like the way the country is. He's not in agreement the way America is at all. And just kind of think about what he has done in 3 years that you are aware of. And it's insane. And I'm wondering right now as I'm speaking, is the country so demoralized that it can't stand up anymore? I'm just wondering out loud. It's a spiritual battle between good and evil, right versus wrong. What you have heard this morning right here on the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show is not enough to cause you to action. I don't know what it's going to take. And I don't want to hear anymore, I don't know what to do. You can do something. Get a picket sign, go out there and stand up and make some noise, get some attention. There's something that can be done. And if you don't understand by now that this man, Barack Obama, is not on the side of America, he is not a Christian. If you can't see that he is weakening America on every front, then I don't know what it's going to take. You know, we're looking at what happened to the Jews, inch by inch, person by person, day by day, deception by deception. They finally just caved in. They lost. And look what happened. It's happening right in front of our eyes right now. You know, I know a lot of people, and I used to think the same thing, that this cannot be happening in America. This won't happen here. It's happening here already. And in a major way. The military is being weakened. The economy is bad. Unemployment out of control. More people are starting to rely on the government than any other time in the history of America. Gas prices are through the roof, which means food prices are going through the roof. The borders are open, wide open. We just had an attempt where someone tried to blow up the U.S. Capitol. Nothing said about it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Military men putting on fake breasts and empathetic bellies. America, wake up. We still have a little chance left, a little more time. America, wake up. This is not a joke. It ain't about color. It's about evil. It's about good versus evil. We have an evil president in the White House.
This has been the Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show, produced by Bond Action. To access the full version of this show, visit us on the web at bondaction.org.